musky hue ball of Dominican cigar smoke, that must mean that you've tuned in to Two Hands in the Face Audio, and we are very, very grateful that you did. Love having you here. Thank you a million times for tuning in. And on this occasion, you will note there is no instrument in my hands. I'm not reaching to the floor for a pedal. I'm not reaching to my right to adjust the controls on an amplifier. I have a good friend, exceptionally talented guitar player in the scene, and he has come over to help me out tonight with a product by Browne Amplification. This is a distortion overdrive pedal called the Protein Dual. And again, it's made by a company, smaller company, upstart company called Browne Amplification. We're going to explore this product for you because that's what we do. All right, like I said, we are on this occasion letting our good and extremely talented friend Scott demonstrate this beautiful pedal. It's Browne Amplification. It's the Protein Dual. And you know what? Let's start off by, would you just play a couple of hooks in the clean tone without the pedal engaged so we'll kind of know where we're starting? Okay, so it's our basic, it's not a terribly engaged tone. It's relatively flat. I don't want to call it bland. It's a nice tube amp. It's a 50 watt. It's 12AX7 and 5881s. Everybody knows what to expect. So let's hear, on Scott's choice of settings, let's hear a passage with the pedal engaged.
All right, so everything's at noon on both sides. There's a level, a gain, a tone for the blue side and the green side. Blue side is a little more of a sort of a clean and open drive sound. So with everything at noon, it sounds like this.
Okay, so we've got a stereo product here. It's not necessarily stereo, but it's a dual channel, single pedal. And at those nominal settings, if you told me that you were playing through an old Fender tube amp, right now I would believe you. It's kind of got that grind and grit to it. I'm liking it very much.
Very natural, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, that's at noon, so it'll sweep pretty well. I mean, if I can demonstrate, I'll go through, say, a 3 o'clock to a 9 o'clock.
Perfect.
Just to give an example. So at 3 o'clock, that's my bad, that was a level, pardon me, the gain, level back at noon. Noon. 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock. But you can roll off the volume and...
Sure.
So there's quite a bit of range on that.
It really is. It sounded like we had the beginnings of some really nice, very organic sounding feedback there.
Exactly.
So at higher volumes, we can get into some feedback with this pedal, right?
Absolutely. And with the tone, again, the tone is set to noon, so that is pretty standard fare depending on the guitar you have. I have a P90 here. You can dial it in if you've got a darker sound or if you've got a bright single coil and you need to darken it. I can do a similar sweep with that. Let's say tone at 9 o'clock. I apologize, I know how to read a clock. 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. So it can get bitey if you need it to.
It truly can.
But right in the middle is a pretty good starting place.
I'm amazed at the level of articulation I'm hearing, even with the distortion dialed in to the point of almost heaviness, and it's very, very, very tubey, unless I'm mishearing it. I love the sound of this thing.
It's awesome.
You've got the blue side and the green side. Maybe you could talk a little bit and play a little bit about how they differ.
Yeah, the green side is a more distorted sound, which I think is kind of standard fare for a lot of pedals of this ilk. Typically, it's a little bit more of a compressed, sort of mushy sound, but it has its place. So I can demonstrate in like fashion on the green side, again with the level and the drive and the tone at noon. Let me give a blue and then I'll go to the green so you can get an immediate comparison.
Perfect.
That's blue, and then the green.
Okay, yeah, I can hear much more of a natural compression on the
Yeah.
green side. That's awesome, man.
And a little quieter. I mean, if I
skosh?
level match, just a skosh, yeah. If I say take this level up to maybe not even 1 o'clock. But you still get a lot of clarity
Truly.
out of it. Cleans up nicely. Okay.
Great definition all the way up the range. That's what I'm really, really appreciating about this thing right now.
Yeah, so in the same demonstrative fashion, if I take the drive down to 9 o'clock. If I take it up to 3 o'clock. That's with P90s. You know, you get a humbucker or something with a hot,
Yeah.
hot pickup. This thing can really chug quite well.
I
even
imagine
through a
it
clean
would.
amp.
But the P90 in its own right sounds great. It's a very, very vintage sound. I'm hearkening back to my 70s listening habits. And
Yes.
that last tone, you darken it up a little bit, you're almost in the Tommy Iommi range, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the risk of playing, you know, any copywritten material, I mean,
Go ahead, man.
You
Tear
could
it up.
roll the tone back a little bit, bump the drive up a little bit, and that's it.
There it is. There's Tommy right there in the room with us, man. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, so there you go.
Beautiful device, my friend. Do you use this in a lead capacity, and would you care to show off for a handful of seconds?
Yeah, so in lead capacity, I mean, typically if it's going to be the only pedal that I use, meaning, well, let me back that up. If I use this as a distorted sound, a rhythm sound, I may have something else on my board that is a boost that just gives me the volume.
Sure. The
for-
cut through and the
Exactly.
yeah.
What I can do, and what this pedal allows you to do, but you would want to set it according, is you can stack them. You can go blue and green at the same time. So
Wow.
in that case, you would probably want to be less judicious with the amount of drive, and you would want to just back one off, depending on what you're favoring. So in this case, I'm on the green, and let's say I want to go to the blue. I'm going to take the gain down a little bit to where it's just going to try to give me a little bit more heft. So only green. If I add the blue, still very transparent.
It really is. The articulation never leaves, but I got to tell you, man. So basically what you've just done is you have used one channel as a pre-gain stage for the other channel.
Yeah,
You kind of
so-
daisy chained them.
Yeah, and if I wanted to be, it probably more evident if I went the other way. So for instance, if I had the blue channel on, and then I put the green on,
Wow. That's a substantial increase in gain, man. That was beautiful.
you can find the sweet spot. You absolutely can.
I imagine that thing has a number of sweet spots.
Yeah, and again, this is just with this guitar for the purposes of a demo, everything at noon. Tweak to your desire depending on your rig.
Sure.
If you've got a Vox amp or something that's bright, you would probably roll the tone down. If you've got
Yeah.
something that's, you know, a little bit more sort of muddy and mushy, then maybe you jack the tone up to kind of get the cut through. But I've used this on a number of gigs, and it never disappoints.
It certainly just didn't disappoint on this occasion, and I have to say I'm not overly familiar with the product. That's why I wanted Scott to help me with it, but it's from what I saw online and just giving a cursory glance to the background of the company and their build quality, component quality, and what this company and this product has going on, I would cite that this is a very aggressively priced pedal. It's a boutique quality pedal, and when I saw the price, it was half of what I expected it to be. That's a fact. And so they're gaining momentum. Get to your brick and mortar experience if you have one, God knows, that has this product in-house, or if you had to, you could go online and you could contact the good folks at Sweetwater, something like that, and get yourself one of these. But I highly recommend plugging into one. This is something you're going to want. And we are very, very grateful. I'm going to prove it with some more smoke.
It may be worth mentioning for those
Please do.
who really like to get into the weeds and wrapped around the axle.
Yeah.
This particular protein, and I'm not well versed on all of the different flavors. This is a version, I think, 2.2. So therefore, I understand that there would probably be preceding versions in the 1 range, and maybe there's even 3 dot something.
Okay, very good to know.
I picked this one up at a great price at a used store here, and I've been very happy with it. But I know some people really like to understand the nuances with all of the different versions that are available. So
Okay.
I can't imagine that they are going to be better or worse. They're probably just going to be different. But this, if any of the versions are like this, then it's going to be a great
If
experience.
the subsequent versions stand up to this, then you've got a plethora of wonderful product to choose from. It bears investigating. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So definitely check out their website. If you can find one in a retail situation, by all means plug it in and annoy the proprietors therein for an hour or so while you try it out, put it through its paces. And if worse comes to worse, get it online, man, but try it. You got to try this pedal. You got to hear it in person to appreciate it.
Just remember,
Give us an exit riff, would you?
no stairway though, so you can't do that. That's what you get.
I love that. Shades of Led Zeppelin.
Shades of it. I don't want to get any copyright trouble.
Scott, that was a beautiful presentation. Thank you, my friend, for helping us out with this. And I hope that our listeners and viewers will tune back in again soon. Hit the subscribe button, man. Please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you back again and again. And thank you for tuning in on this occasion. God love you.
There you go.